it is very significant. And particular days, it's called Mauni Amavasya. People understand that this is a time of great benefit. Usually they stay silent from that day onwards till Mahashivratri. And they're choosing places where water bodies are meeting, rivers are meeting and creating a vortex so that the impact is maximum. That is why in that Sangam they want to have a dip on that day. And what started with a few yogis has now grown into like 40 to 50 million people in one day. It is the event on the planet.
This is part of the Bhuta Shuddhi tradition, where the fundamental process is to cleanse the elements in the system. And water being a major part of it, water is considered very important for health, well-being, prosperity, whatever we are seeking in our lives. So these 48 days has particular specific sadhanas where people stayed there and went through this process and came out fully transformed because they made use of the natural forces to transform the quality of oneself, not just physiologically, even spiritually. But today people are going just one quick dip and out, that's a different game. There may be some benefit, we don't know, but it's too brief. When I watch people, they just in and out in 3 minutes. That is too brief to have any kind of major impact except maybe an emotional involvement. I know you can't take off maybe right now make up your mind on 48 days, but if you are planning your Kumbh trip, at least plan minimum 3 to 7 days so that you are there, do some sadhana, benefit from that process, rather than make a ritual out of it. It is not a ritual, it's a scientific process. It's just that science has been lost and practice has been carried on, that's all that's happened. It's time to put back the science because only then we will benefit. It's time we approach these things with little more understanding and meaning to it so that one can really benefit rather than simply making a ritual out of it.
For those of you who are thinking, what has it got to do with me? Because I live in an air-conditioned home. Well, to put it in a very fundamental way, if our mothers' bodies were not in sync with the cycles of the moon, we wouldn't be born. Yes, we wouldn't be born. So the cycles of the moon and the sun has a profound impact in the way we are. If you sit down and write down different things that have happened in your life, you will see a certain pattern. If it is falling into a 12-year cycle, you're in a reasonably good place. Health and being peaceful is not an issue. Now it's time to work for freedom, time to work for mukti, that's what it means.
If you stay at the Kumbh and every day you're in that water, with the appropriate sadhana attached to it, you could transform your physical body, your psychological framework, your energy framework, and above all find enormous spiritual growth within you within a span of one mandala, which is 48 days. But today slowly it has become more just a quick visit, a half-a-day visit where you take a simple one dip and you're out. Well, maybe in today's world we can't get all of you for 48 days at the Kumbh, but I was talking to the Chief Minister and said it's important that we set at least 40 days of sadhana for everybody, wherever they may be. Every day 10 to 12 minutes of sadhana in their own home for 40 days, then come and take a dip. This will make a huge difference because the importance of it is at a certain place, if a certain volume of energy is happening, do you have the ability to receive it? Do you have the ability to perceive it? If you cannot perceive, no matter where you are, everything will go waste. So the whole science of why the Kumbh, why at certain latitudes, why where the confluence of water bodies are happening, there's an elaborate science about it. I don't want to go into the entire process now, but essentially this is what it is, because if the water within you does not respond to the water outside of you, now the water that is here, how this water behaves within you will determine the nature of your health and well-being in a big way. It's my wish and my blessing that this Kumbh Mela should become a huge step in that direction to awaken the world to this possibility.